This document by Michael Halpin shows that there are things that can be done. My spreadsheet on Workout 3 shows that there are things that can be done. Here's the document showing how to make everything much easier. Hopefully they see it. Maybe they reach out to Michael Halpin, and next year they go, hey Michael, we saw that document you put together. We're going to ask you to do that for us. Yo! So I have for you something super duper cool. It's something that isn't put together by somebody who works for CrossFit. It's put together by somebody who has a full-time job. This person has a full-time job, and somehow over the course of 2 days, they found 8 or so hours to put together a semifinal comparison chart with the distances in relation to the athlete's affiliates. So not only did this individual, whose name is Michael Halpin did all of this stuff. Michael Halpin found time in his day. He's so dedicated to the sport. He thinks it's so cool. He wants to help out the cause. He put together a Google document where he has the athlete, he took the athlete's affiliate, and from their affiliate of licensure, where they did all of the open workouts or whatever they have on their profile, he found out how far away that affiliate is from the semifinal that they're going to. We've had a lot of talk about regionals back in the day, and back in the day when I was in Chicago, I would be part of the North Central Regional, because that would be competition of everyone in the surrounding area. We would then go to the Central Regional. The North Central and the Central East went to the Central Regional, and that was anywhere from like Ohio. Sometimes it was in Tennessee. Last couple of years it was in Tennessee, but it was always relatively close. It was within driving distance. These days of the semifinal, there are 4 of them spread out over the course of North American region. When you qualify, 120 men, 125 women, there's 240 athletes that now need to go in between these 4 semifinals. So what Michael did is he saw how far away these athletes' affiliates were from their semifinal. And what he found, almost a third of them are going to semifinals that are just further away than the closest semifinal to them. Some have a few semifinals that are closer than the one that they're going to. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. It's broken up into a red section and a green section. And on the red section, those are the ones where the athletes are going to the wrong places in relation to the distance compared to certain ones that could be closer. In the green section, those are the ones that CrossFit appears to have gotten right. So let's say I wanted to go to Chicago. I would clearly be going to Chicago. That would be a green section for me. If I were in the red section and they sent me to the Atlas Games for whatever reason and I weren't going to Chicago, if there were one in Chicago, I would be in the red section. Very good example of somebody in this boat would be Paige Powers. Paige Powers is in the red section. Her affiliate is CrossFit Mayhem. You've seen videos of her training at CrossFit Mayhem. She's in the red section because she's being sent to the Atlas Games. You would see somebody in the green section like Jeff Adler. Jeff Adler, he lives in Canada and his affiliate is 11 miles away from the Atlas Games. CrossFit Wonderland, 11 miles away from the Atlas Games. He should be going there. It makes sense. Now, this is the topic of discussion because of athletes like Logan Collins. Logan Collins, who finished 40th in the quarterfinal and is being sent to the Atlas Games when there are semifinals much closer to his affiliate, to his residence, than the Atlas Games, one of which is about 1,700 miles away and the others are about 400 to 500 miles away. One's driving distance, he can take his family. One, he has to cross a border. He can't do that. He made note in a survey to CrossFit that he couldn't do that. So on this list, it would appear that there are 82 athletes that are being sent to the wrong semifinal in relation to their distance. And we can say this because it would appear that CrossFit did not take the athletes in the power ranking sort of format where someone finished here, so they get precedent on choice over where they would like to go. We can see that initially, at least, they probably took the top 4 people and tried to displace them amongst the semifinals by that ranking. Then they moved Mal O'Brien. They moved Mal O'Brien from the Atlas Games to the Granite Games. We've had videos on that. We don't need to go into much depth on that, but it is interesting that Mal O'Brien went from one of the closer semifinals on this document to the furthest away semifinal. The Granite Games, in relation to her affiliate on her profile, is 1,308 miles away. She was 100 miles away from the Atlas Games. So on Michael Halpin's document here, it would appear that it just doesn't make any sense. This is just in relation to distance. So I know people are going to say that there are extrinsic things that we aren't taking into account, whatever the survey said, but we don't know what the survey said. All we're doing here is we're looking at the distance from their affiliate to the semifinals that they can possibly be going to. We're thinking back into the regionals days, we don't have to call them regionals. Remember, we don't have to call them regionals. And I brought up Mal O'Brien, and remember, this is never about Mal O'Brien. There's plenty of names on here, but she is another example, again, of somebody who is a big name, somebody who got moved from a very close semifinal to a very far semifinal away. Those are things that are happening while people like Logan Collins are not being put into close semifinals by CrossFit's choice, and he is being sent to one very far away, and then he can't go. Probably again for those same extrinsic reasons, which we don't need to bring up in this video, because this video is all just about the distances. As I was scanning this document over, one of the things that I noticed is that there are athletes who don't have any semifinals anywhere near them. So if we scroll scroll down into the green area, you're going to see plenty of athletes don't have any semifinals any closer than 1,500 miles away, some as far as 2,000 miles away. So yeah, they're going to need to get a flight to get there, which you're going to go ahead and say, yeah, that's the name of the game. They're trying to be elite athletes, whatever. You can say that. That's a fair point. Okay, whatever. And I can already hear that there's going to be people saying, but there are athletes who are overseas and they're going to have much harder times. Like I brought up Or Cohen in the video yesterday. She's going to have to make this huge travel over multiple borders and she's going to have issues getting to her semifinal. North America has it so bad. Yeah, I know. Oh my God. But this is in relation to things of the past. And in things of the past, we didn't have issues with athletes on the West Coast. On the West Coast where CrossFit was created, like the California type area, and now they have to go across the entire continent to get to their semifinal. And some of them are being sent to the Atlas Games, which is just even further away. A 2,000-mile travel. Like they had the West Coast Classic last year. That was on the West Coast. I don't know why they need to have the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit competition and the Syndicate Crown right there, very close to one another. Why don't they take one of those and put them over there? I don't know the ins and outs of this. I don't know the back end. I don't know why there is no West Coast Classic. Maybe there is some reason that it isn't there. But all I can say is that common sense tells me that if you're going to have one on the East Coast, you should have one on the West Coast. You should have one somewhere in the middle, maybe north, maybe south. I don't know. It just makes it easier when you're trying to spread these athletes out to places that make sense. If you're not going to do the power rankings thing and you're not going to send out the survey and ask for preference on where you want to go in relation to where you finished in the quarterfinal, then you should be doing this based off geography. Where are you? If you're here, go there. If you're there, go here. And Brian Friend put out a little post where it was, these are the athletes most likely to be going to the games. These are the ones who have a chance to go in the games, and these are ones who you need to prove yourself to go to the games. When you look at that, it looks like it's pretty evenly spread up. There's a certain number of people in each category, and I don't know if there's anything on the back end that CrossFit did to do something like this. I just know that it looks really, really odd in relation to the document sent to me by Michael Halpin. So yeah, again, this should just be a learning experience. It's something that we see that can be done. Michael Halpin did it with a full-time job. He is not working for CrossFit. He is not working for me. He's somebody who put this together because he has a passion for it and he didn't have free time. He found time. If things are important to you, you find time to do them. If things are important to you, you just do them, especially if you're the company that's governing all of this stuff. So look at how neatly set up this thing is. You've got the green, which is meaning you should go. You've got the red, which meaning that there's probably somewhere closer. It was easy as a couple of button clicks and a lot of time for Michael Halpin. He said that he has a lot of background doing fantasy football. That's what I said when he was talking to him. He was like, oh, it was easy. I'm like, well, it doesn't look easy to me, but it does seem necessary. That will fix a lot of the issues, like the Logan Collins issues. And I've been talking to people on Instagram who are getting backfill invites. People are getting backfill invites and they can't get to the semifinal. And I guess those might just be the cards that they're dealt at this point. If there are open spots at semifinals that they can't go to, there isn't really much that CrossFit can do on their end. They can't just open up spots at other semifinals. There isn't a solution to everything all the time. Sometimes it's tough luck. And it kind of sucks that they're on the outside looking in. But what does also suck for those people is that they're on the outside looking in, and these people are proven to have a workout 3 score in another one of my videos where they would have been in. And if they would have been in, they would have gotten the survey. If they've gotten the survey, that would have said that they could not have gone to the Atlas Games because whatever reason. They would have said they can't travel over the border. They can't have the passport. Maybe they're not vaccinated. But they would have at least had the option had CrossFit looked at workout number 3 the way that they should have. One thing after another just going wrong. This document by Michael Halpin shows that there are things that can be done. My spreadsheet on workout 3 shows that there are things that can be done. And I don't know how many times I need to try to break the record to say these things, but there are always things that can be done before things that go wrong. Things that will negate the fucked up process here. Oh, look at what could have happened. Look what could have been done. Worldwide company, $1 billion. I don't know. Huge, lots of money there. They should be able to put together this spreadsheet, that spreadsheet, get the right people in the right spots. Whether it be populating the leaderboard the right way or populating the semifinals the right way. Put the semifinals in the right places, or Cohen can't get to her semifinal. It's a worldwide sport, which is supposed to be all-inclusive, and they're making it extremely exclusive. You can't go here, you can't go here, you're shit out of luck, you're shit out of luck. Here's a document showing how to make everything much easier. Hopefully they see it. Maybe they reach out to Michael Halpin, and next year they go, hey, Michael, we saw that document you put together, we're going to ask you to do that for us. Maybe they'll pay him to do it, who knows? They got all that money floating around because they didn't spend it on the judges, apparently. Anyway, maybe you can pause this video and you can get a better look at everything. Like, look what you can see here in the red, look what you can see here in the green. Everything makes sense. I know I kind of scrolled up and down with the whole thing and maybe you didn't get a good picture of it. So go back, freeze frame it, take a look at it. It's a lot of hard work. Every single affiliate the guy looked at. Every single affiliate. How do you do that? How do you find the time to do that? I don't know. So huge props to Michael Halpin. Good job, dude. We all appreciate it. I appreciate it. I hope that I did a good service to your document here. and I hope that everyone learns something from it. I hope CrossFit can see this, and maybe they can learn something from it. Andrew Hiller, out.